Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today, we are going to be reviewing Season 3, Episode 4 of From. If you have not seen the show, go watch it on Prime or MGM Plus, or just look it up where you can watch it. From is a fantastic, mysterious thriller, horror series, sci-fi, all of the above. It's awesome. We're going to do a full in-depth analysis and review and my thoughts, theories, and concerns about Season 3, Episode 4. So if you guys are excited for this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, join my Discord where we have over 1,000 members. And without further ado, let's get right into this because it's going to be a very interesting review / analysis. By the way, spoiler warning, if you have not seen Season 3, Episode 4, I will be talking about spoilers. That's your warning. Let's get into it. The first thing I want to talk about with this episode is how people are very mad that the season's slow or we're not getting answers and all this other stuff. A lot of people are complaining. Like, if you don't see the complaints, just go on my TikTok, look at my comment section. People are complaining about this episode and this season so far. I'm here to tell you right now, this is by far the best season of From so far. It's not close, in my opinion. In my humble opinion, this is the best season so far. Is this the best episode of the season? No. I actually think Season 3, Episode 4 was probably the worst episode of the season. But the standard was set pretty high. I thought this was a very exciting episode, a very nerve-wracking episode, heart-pounding. And we did get answers, so let's get into those answers. One answer that we did not get was Henry. And I understand a lot of people are mad about that. That is one thing I do understand. We did not get answers with this guy right here, but that will come 100%. Those answers will arrive in later episodes. Tabitha storyline. We got answers. You know what answers we did get? They were not exciting answers, but it was confirmed she was in Fromville. We seen the crows. I was like, where are the crows last time? We saw the crows. We also saw her reunite with Jim. And we didn't see her reunite with the kids and everything, but she talked with Jim. She talked with Jim about Victor's dad, all this stuff, and she's like, I told you, like, that was a nerve-wracking and exciting episode, but that's what you guys should have expected. We all saw that coming, so I don't know why people are so mad about that. Like, this Tabitha storyline was the most predictable storyline of this episode, in my opinion. Like, obviously she was gonna try to convince him that it was real. They didn't believe him. They paid the price. And here we are, you know? So Tabitha storyline, I think we got the correct amount of answers. And then we go over to Ethan getting a phone call by Thomas as well. Obviously it's not Thomas, it's someone impersonating him or something. But either way, I did not think, like, you guys were all commenting. I got a lot of, not hate, but a lot of criticism last video when I said, how do the kids not hear the phone? And then you guys said, well, Jim's the only one who's hearing it. Was Jim the only one who's hearing it, or now is it just like now Ethan's hearing it and Jim didn't hear it this time? Like maybe they're just effing with each one of them individually, which that is possible. But now Ethan, you know, regardless, is seeing or is hearing the phone, got the call from Thomas, and the guy, the voice, whatever, said, your mom's on the ambulance. Lo and behold, his mom was on the ambulance. So as soon as they came into Fromville, the voice, whoever's controlling this island, whatever's controlling this island, knew exactly where and what Tabitha was doing. I mean, do I even need to say anything? I knew it. I knew it. We all knew it, but I knew it in this scene right here. She just looked weird, in my opinion. I don't know if they purposely wanted her to look weird right here, but she seemed a little bit too empathetic, too nice to the nurse lady. I forget her name. She just seemed too willing to help. That's not usually Fatima. Like in the last few episodes, she's been like this frail, scared individual. Now she's like gaining her confidence back and like trying to be nice, trying to be helpful. I just knew something was off. And of course, something was off, to say the least. She's eating blood. She is eating blood, people. We got answers with Fatima's storyline. I'm gonna keep saying that because I saw way too many freaking comments saying we didn't get answers. This was an answer, okay? And she's not telling anybody about it. I do have a massive theory about Fatima and her character, which I will be making in a separate video. Stay tuned for that. That theory, I know it's right. I just know it's right. So, but anyways, we got answers with Fatima's storyline. She is turning into a monster or growing a monster or having monster cravings. I don't know what it is. Either way, she's donezo. Okay, spoiler alert, that's gonna be in my theory. She is donezo. I don't think Fatima makes it past season 3, and we're seeing that right now take place. That was an answer. That was an exciting storyline. But also, on the other hand, a very frustrating storyline as well. We need to build a fort, and I'm going to tell a story, and that's exactly what Victor did. This is what we wanted, people. We wanted answers. We got answers. This by far was the most answered storyline in this episode, in my opinion. We got more continuity with Victor's storyline than we did with Henry's storyline, obviously. But Victor, oh my God, I loved this storyline of this episode and these scenes. In this scene right here, he was saying, like, it's never snowed in Frontville. He's been there for 40 years, people. It's never snowed. That's how he had that's how, you know, when I was talking about Victor knows something that we don't and Victor's starting to act different, it's because it's never snowed. Things are happening that never happened before. So now things are starting to get really weird, especially for a guy who's been there for 40 years, watch this island develop and grow and blah, 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 blah. It's never snowed there. That is a massive detail. And then they go down and build the fort. What does he say? You know, he has suppressed memories. He needs to see them. And he gets really scared. He freaks out. He gets frustrated. That acting, oh my God, that acting was incredible. And then he's like, I don't want to answer. And Sarah like calmed him down and said, it's okay. I'm the scariest person here. Remember? Which that was hilarious that he just kept calling her the scariest person there and saying that like she murdered her own family. That I thought that was like so unintentionally funny. But whenever she calmed him down and he got to thinking, he's like, yeah, there was this guy named Christopher. Christopher had a doll. And the doll spoke to him when he started seeing the sign. His doll was talking. And it just came to life. I mean, are you kidding me? And then he said, the doll named Jasper is going to be, he can give us answers. They literally told us we're going to get answers in the episode where you guys are complaining. Not you guys, not all of you guys. Some of you guys are complaining that we're not getting answers. They told us we're going to get answers. The fact that there's a doll, that is alive and speaking and Victor can talk to it. Oh my goodness. I don't think it's a hallucination because of that. Because Victor said Jasper can tell us. Jasper's alive? Like, he's just permanently alive? The island did something magical to him? Or I keep calling the island. Whatever. Fromville did it, something magical to him to bring him alive? Where is he hidden? Did Victor take him and like, hey, you're going to the ground. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you. You remind me of a bad memory. Like, where is he? If we can just go find him and get answers, that's crazy. That storyline, I hope now I'm going to be the one complaining about not getting answers if we don't see that fold out or, unfold in the next episode. I'm super excited for that storyline. Another frustrating storyline right here. I talked about it earlier, but my God, how many times does she have to tell you is all I want. I just wanted to freaking scream at my monitor. Like, how many times does Tabitha have to tell you that's not a person? Don't go out there. We're in a bad place. We need to stop and get out and get help. Is it really that unfathomable? You're in a place where you drove into this tree and you turn around right where you were coming from, which you were coming from a city. You drive who knows how many miles and minutes and realize that something's wrong. And then Tabitha's telling you, she's telling you, like they think that they have the power over Tabitha because they think Tabitha's psychotic. So they're like, this lady's unhinged. She needs to be, whatever. She needs to be contained. Don't listen to her. Let's just stay under control. But like, man, at some point when she says there's a town and you see the town and she says, I recognize the town. I mean, oh my God. And you see a dead body. You just want to go help it? Like, out of nowhere after she told you all of this stuff? She told you it wasn't a dead body. That was a frustrating storyline if you could not tell. I was super frustrated about that. But dude, that's the part of that, the heart-pounding situations. It was a good storyline. It really was, because I was just so invested. I was like, please just listen to her. The monsters continue to absolutely F with Boyd, and they're doing it right now with Randall. That was just scary, honestly. Like, the fact that he went back, he got the tools from the bus, tried to give them to Boyd, threw him the bag, and then Boyd couldn't find the keys to the ambulance. The monster says, are you looking for these? He's like, F it, or just take them, whatever, I can't do anything about it. And the monster says, you cannot save them all. I'll give you these keys. We're going to take Randall. They took Randall. And then fast forward to the very end of the episode, we see these sirens, or these lights in the ambulance. and Randall is freaking pretty much dead. I don't think he died though. I really don't. I think they might have saved him. A lot of people are talking about this. You know, he probably just would bleed out, but maybe they go out and save him. If they save him, then he's going to be even more, you know, that dynamic between him and Boyd and just him and everyone else. He's going to be a villain. I think he's just going to turn into, he's going to be like, I freaking told you, you didn't listen to me, you abandoned me, you this, you that, you this, you that. I think he's going to be even more resentful to everyone on the island. Now, I did complain about this a little bit on my TikTok, and I said that like I wish we would have got more with Kenny, Christy, and Jade, but I think this was confirming that Christy is indeed going to be okay. I think she's going to live and be okay. And I did have a good laugh here when Jade was like, can you please just sleep or whatever? Can we talk about this in the morning? And then he went on a ramble, whatever. But the fact that like, I get why they said that, because, you know, they're having a heartwarming conversation about Kenny's mom, Tian Shin, which was very depressing and sad. And then, you know, Jade was like, yeah, the hallucination pretty much started when I got here, blah, 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 blah. Then we go to Victor and he's like, yeah, Christopher started saying the sign, the same one that Jade's been saying since he got here. So we're probably going to see something happen with Jade, which is a fan favorite, one of my favorite characters. And I think that's why they put this in there. But yeah, that was probably the slowest part of the show. And it was still like, you know, they cut to it, then they cut to a heart-pounding situation, they cut back to it. So it still felt like it was an action-packed episode. This is where I will side with all the people saying we didn't get any answers. I get it. Tilly might just be some random grandma and she's just living a happy life, which that is probably the case, potentially the case. But if she's not, I wish we would have got more hints at it. We didn't learn anything here, I don't feel, about Tilly. So yeah, I kind of wanted more with her character, but I get it. Like, she might just be some happy grandma, you know, with tarot cards. So that's that. Now, we want to talk about frustrating storylines. I did not like this part of the episode. I get it. I get why it happened and everything, but like, you know, the chances of her standing there, a monster being there, and her shooting, and it magically just hits the girl in the window, like, oh my God. So unrealistic, but I get it. I get why they put it in there. And then this was just, it honestly wasn't even a bad storyline. It was just so frustrating for me, beyond frustrating, even with the Tabitha and ambulance and all that stuff. This was way more frustrating, in my opinion, of like, it, you know, just there's so much things to prevent here. And I wish I was just like in the show, just telling them like, what are you doing? And then Boyd like losing his shit on the cop, saying like, you're a sheriff, you need to know not to just shoot wherever you know, this, that, the other. And Donna like saying, Boyd, just freaking stop. And then she started crying and it was emotional. So I get the whole situation, but that was definitely a frustrating part of the episode for me. I gotta talk about it again. I saw it coming from a mile away and it still shocked me. Like, I didn't think that, you know, I really did think that she, like, I knew she was gonna die, or, you know, she's like on her way to death or whatever, and she's probably turning into a monster or something. Never did I think that they would just like, that she would just search for blood. You know, I guess I didn't really put two and two together. I knew something was gonna happen. I didn't think it was gonna be this. It's just when she started asking Ellis, like, hey, I was really mean to her, can I see her alone? Like, we all knew. At that point, we all knew. We all knew. Whenever she's like, I just want to be alone and sit with her, whatever, my condolences. And then she freaking takes blood out of the girl's body. God, man. Oh, so disgusting, disturbing, creepy, frustrating, because she's not telling anyone. She's clearly starting to turn evil. I can't wait to make that theory for you guys. I'm covering the blood here, but as far as ending to episodes, like, out of every show I've ever watched, From is undeniably top 3 in ending in episodes. The cliffhangers every freaking time. The fact that we're like, everything's finally chilled down. You know, Tabitha, Henry are to safety. Donna and Boyd are just conversating, talking about what they're gonna do next, whatever. And then the lights flicker in the ambulance and Randall's sitting there on top of the ambulance. What an ending to an episode. I mean, that's just incredible, dude. I mean, that's incredible writing right there. They one thing they don't mess up is intros and endings. It's incredible. Everything in between can be criticized and talked about or whatever, but the endings and intros are just unmatched. Like I said, overall, I really did enjoy this episode. I'm really confident in the story or where this story is going. And I'll mention this one time on here, and I did mention it in my Relay Alt review. These writers are notorious for having controversial storylines, endings, plots, all of it, okay? They wrote Lost. You guys, if you guys aren't familiar with Lost, it was a sci-fi series where this plane crashed on an island and they had to like survive on the island. There was supernatural stuff going on, blah, 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 blah. And there was a very controversial ending. I happen to be one of the people who loved the ending. And I love those writers, so that's why I love this show, and I know what to expect with this show. I'm not expecting to be a 10 out of 10 and everybody to be happy. That's definitely not going to happen. So I just want to let you guys know, like, these writers, they are notorious for having controversial storylines and everything, and frustrating viewers. I mean, people still have questions about Lost that they want to be answered today, and the show ended a decade and a half ago. The show ended when I was in kindergarten, people, and people still want, or I wasn't in kindergarten, I guess I was in like first grade. Regardless, people still want answers to that show. And it ended a decade and a half ago. So, we're gonna get answers. I'm not promising you it's gonna be this season, to be honest with you. Like, it might be in 3 seasons from now that we get answers that you guys are wanting, but I am confident where this series is going. I love it. It's top 5 all time for me already. Even if it ended today, top 5 all time. It's gave me that much joy. I haven't had this much joy in urge to make theories and in analysis since Stranger Things. So yeah, phenomenal show, great episode. Not the best episode, but a very good episode, and I will defend it. If you guys enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Like I said, join my Discord, and I appreciate every single one of you. Make sure you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.